Hey guys, and welcome. How are you guys doing? It's been some intense days for me for sure. Very, very interesting times we are in on so many levels. Both being the human and walking this journey with everything that is happening at the same time as we're holding the bigger perspective and sort of anchoring that into our human journey and remember that everything is about being our own truth. The more we can open our hearts and the more we can just focus on being that truth, which is what I have really had to come back to. Some days that there has been many things coming up for me personally. And when it's been sort of feeling a bit too much at times, or I've, been starting to go into like trying to figure out something, or, just on a personal level, I found it really helpful to just come back to it's all about opening my heart and being my truth. That's really, it's that simple, and it's so easy to complicate things many times, and to think we have to do these long processes, or to be confused, why is this coming up again, or why is this happening, and why is it taking this turn, or all these kind of things. And it's such a big difference when we are feeling these bursts of energy and in the creation, and just feeling it moving forward, and like I got this type of feeling, and then it's the lows when things are coming up, and it's this contraction, and then there's another expansion coming, because there's this constant pulsating energy which we are feeling. And I just really found it helpful to remember that it's all about coming back to the truth, because that takes away so much of the analytical mind and of anything that can go into, and helps clearing the focus when there's many things going on at the same time. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Now, what I really want to focus on in this video is some information that came in a few days ago. And both the whole picture of how everything is sort of linked together, and how everything is connected, it's interconnected, everything that is happening, the inner earth and the sun, our bodies, our light, our hearts, the nature, everything, all the elements, everything is a part of how it's moving now, and how quick and rapidly it's going to shift, because things are going to change even more rapidly than we have seen. As I've been sharing before, they have called this period the Great Turmoil, pointing at the intensity in the external, and that will be quite intense for a period of time now. They've also been coming back to saying that the mass part of the Great Awakening is starting now. I said that maybe a month or so ago. So there's more and more people waking up now, and it's just, the visions they give me and what I see of it is just like this. It's not like one light popping up on here and one there and one there. It's just like, it's just massive. It's like all over, all the time, constantly, just really pulsating. And that's the energy they keep coming back to. It's just showing me this pulsating energy. And I've been talking more about the sun lately. So we know we have experienced a lot of solar activity. There are these solar flares, and we have the Schumann resonance that is spiking, and we have all this energy coming in. And as I've been talking about before, the crystals in the earth are being activated by the sun. These crystals are now starting to come up. and that energy will be moved around the earth through the elements. So earth, wind, fire, and water. That is also what will, because they keep showing me the waters on the earth moving, and they say that the crystals will be moving the water in a different way than the tidal sort of movement that we are used to. So that's just like a short recap of some of what I've been talking about before. Now, what I have been telling me this week is especially about the solar activity that there will be, and I know there are many variants of this type of information out there. So I just want to preface it with everything is. So remember the bigger picture. The shift is not happening in one moment. The shift is going on. We are in the middle of the great shift in consciousness. It is gradual, and it's experienced quicker and quicker and quicker. So we will experience it as quicker and quicker shifts because we are rising in frequency, and so time is speeding up. Now, the power of the activity in the sun and what these solar flares that we are receiving is going to amp up. Now, they said that there are bigger, so there's more intensity bursting out from the sun, more energy, there's more energy hitting the earth. And there will be, is what I showed me now, and quite a bigger one coming up. They said that blinking lights and alarms going off will be an indication that is what's going on. That will happen because the magnetic field and hence the power and electricity will be affected. What is really important is to open your hearts like the sun. Receive it. And they said your heart is a portal. It's a mirror of the sun. So what we often tend to do when there's a lot of energy coming in is to go into resistance or trying to hide or be afraid that this is too much, what is going to happen, and we consciously or unconsciously start to hide or to contract in some way. Now, what I say is the way to work with it, because it's going to be more and more challenging for the physical body if we are not opening up to it. So if we feel this energy coming in, really focus on breathing into the body, being in the body, and opening the heart. That's really important. Because closing off will only be more challenging for the body. Follow your own guidance, but remember to open up to it. Open your heart to it and receive it. So when there's a lot of solar activity going on, I know many can feel it in their bodies, can feel the energy even before it's sort of measured and hitting the earth. It's so important to just really stay in the body and not go into this, oh, I don't have the time for this now, it's really inconvenient, like I was dealing with this last week, I don't want right now, like, you know, all these things, or it can be uncomfortable for the body and we just try to push through or whatever. If you feel these kind of things and it's really strong, come back to your heart and open to receive it. Because it's nothing attacking you. There's nothing dangerous from the outside attacking you. Still, we tend to go into the resistance and being afraid and go into that mode. So just reminding ourselves of that and really working with our hearts and receiving the energy from the sun, because we're grounding it into the earth. Now, so they said that the sun is activating the crystals inside the earth in the same way as the heart is activating the human. So what they asked me to really, really make clear, and I know I said it like probably 3 times already, is that whenever this is happening, you know, we've been experiencing some of it, and it will increase, and it will be more strong, more potent. Remember to be in your heart, work with the heart, be in the body, open, receive, because that's the way we are supposed to work with it. I'm just checking my notes, and I start chatting at the same time. Let me just tune in. Yes, they're showing me this. So the energy bursting out from the sun, hitting the field around the earth, coming into the earth, reopening, just really expanding our heart spaces. The sun just really moving through, all that energy moving through us into the earth, and the crystals from the sun hitting is activated inside the earth. That energy is coming up, that starts moving the waters. Then the wind brings the energy around. We are beaming out, really holding this energy. And more people will be waking up. And so all the elements will be moving energy. So it's like we're a part of the complete picture. And if we shut down to it, or if we close off to it, we are really not helping ourselves, because it's more challenging for the body, because the body is supposed to work with it and receive it. And we are also closing ourselves off from that flow of energy through the body and that activation, because that's really what it is. So really remember to work with the heart in any type of situation like this. Also, if there will be like so intense and so powerful that a lot of the things on the earth will be affected for a period of time, remembering that, okay, this is now what's going on. I'm going to come into my body, I'm going to work with my heart, I'm going to ground into the earth and know that this is what's happening. So by having that knowledge, just having the awareness helps, so that we don't go into fear when it happens, because we know that, oh, right, this is what's going on, then this is what I'm doing. Also, I've been talking about that I've been shown glimpses of what's coming and what we're moving into, and all these colors that I'm seeing and everything. They gave me a picture of it that is maybe more easy to relate to. And they said, if you stand by a waterfall, and it's really powerful, all this water coming down and the sun shining, and then, you know, I don't really know what you call it, but when the water coming just out in the air, and you can see the sun, and you can see all the rainbow colors just shining, and it's like it's sparkling. That's what it will be like. The light will emanate from everything. It will be so pure and beautiful and full of life and in constant movement. And that again is bringing back to what I've been talking about. It's the constant movement. So whatever we're working with, whatever energies are coming in, working with it and letting it through our systems, knowing that our hearts are portals, that we can work with this energy and keep the energy in constant movement. Being in our truth, that's what we're coming back to, because every distortion from the truth is blocking the free movement of energy. So that goes with everything. That goes with patterns, with thoughts, with health, with emotions, everything, it's supposed to move through. So that's really what I want to bring through in this video, to have that bigger picture, also the awareness of what might be coming. It may look different, it may be like what they're saying, but in any moment that looks intense in the external, or there's a lot of energy coming in, to know, to have those tools, to know what to come back to, and to have that bigger picture of the energy in movement. The most important thing is to come back to being your truth, being in integrity. And if that's what we're focusing on, we can do that in everything, just that are, you know, everything coming in front of us in any moment. Sorry. Oh. So if we just put one foot in front of the other and we keep focusing on opening our hearts, on being our truth in integrity, we will deal with whatever we need to clear, instead of going around looking for it. And remember that the energy is constantly to be in motion. There's also a lot of of activity in the inner earth now. So I can see, I was taken one day underneath all the continents, and I was seeing the activity and how they're working now with this energy that is coming up from the inner earth, with the energy moving from the crystals. And it's, what they're saying is that it's ready now. It's now. We don't wait for anything. It's now. The shift is now. It's happening. So don't sit and wait for someone to wake up, or sit to wait for something to unfold, or just be in it. Be in your truth. Be in joy. Enjoy the nature. Be true to yourself in your connections. Be vulnerable. Have an open heart. Like, we have to start to really embody it over and over again, and just to keep walking. And remember the energy in motion, and that's exactly the sign that it's more activity than I've ever felt, and it's so close up to the surface of the earth now. A few days ago I was out in the woods, and I was hugging some trees, and this one tree that I was hugging started talking, and immediately I was taken through its, like, into the trunk and down in the roots, and I could see all these nature spirits and elemental beings just a bit above the earth and just underneath the surface of the earth. And then I was taken a bit deeper, and I saw how they were working on that level. So the energy in the inner earth is shown to me as like deeper inside the earth. And then there are the crystals that are in different layers, and the energy coming up. And then there's nature spirits and elemental beings that were just underneath the surface, and helping to sort of balance it from just beneath the surface and above the surface, just up and down and up and down. And it felt like I was just in that layer as well. Like there was no, it wasn't that clear of a physical boundary sort of between just the surface and just beneath the surface of the earth. So it's really up there, and there's the interconnectedness, feeling the interconnectedness between everything is on a whole different level in my experience now. What we have to remember is that we are a part of it. We are not to only look at it or listen to it or imagine it. We are to really remind ourselves, because we are here to remember who we are and really be this change and know that how can I flow my energy? How can I bring my light, my truth through my heart out in this world? What do I want to create? And when there's a lot of energy coming in, can I open my heart to it? Can I work with it? Can I receive it? Can I remember that my heart is actually a portal, that I can hold this? Know that you are so valuable in this process, because the way they show it to me is like all the human bodies around the earth, and with this light inside of us, and when the heart opens, it's like our energy field is just, it's radiating immensely. It's so beautiful, and that brings through a lot of energy, and it's a part of everything else that is happening. It's so easy as just one little human being walking around to feel insignificant or so small in the big picture. But every single person has a purpose in this. It's so valuable for the whole process. It's essential with all these human bodies holding the light and being in the heart and radiating it out and really working with this and letting the energy flow rather than constricting or resisting it. I hope that is helpful for you guys. I know some comments are being removed. It's not me, it's YouTube. I just want to repeat that. I really appreciate everyone who's commenting. I love reading your comments, so thank you. And thank you to everyone sharing the videos. That's very helpful. I hope you can gain some awareness, some help from this. I love to hear from you how you receive it. I wish you a beautiful day, morning, evening, wherever you are, and take good care of yourself and hold a lot of compassion for others. Bye bye.